Come onto the knees and stretch the arms all the way forward, bringing the palms onto the ground. Focus on opening the shoulders as you melt the chest down towards the ground. It's nice to go through the cat and cow position a few times. When you round your back, tuck the tailbone down and go into full extension. Notice what the hip is doing at this point, and eventually go into a position where the hip is tucked down and in a posterior tilt. And just hold that as you breathe through this position. If you want a bit more depth, you can also come onto the fingertips, which will give you just an extra amount of elevation and a bit more challenging. Again, try to keep that posterior tilt in the hips. Another variation you can try is to bring your hands on top of an elevation like a chair or a bench. And the same thing applies. You can really do the same thing where you just breathe through the position, really focus on opening the shoulders. And you can also go through the cat and cow position again a few times, opening the chest to the ground, letting the hips lift, and then tucking the hips down, rounding the back. Remember that the focus is mostly the shoulders. Next variation is that you can bring your elbows onto the chair, hands together, and they move towards your neck behind you. This is a really nice variation as it gives it a little bit more of a specific and local targeting of the shoulders. And the last variation here, also known as a butcher's block, is that instead of hands together, you can hold a stick in between your hands, which just changes the angle of the stretch and targets different areas. You can play with how far or how narrowly you hold the stick for different sensations.